before the cross, I kind of had that. Before the reading this chapter, I had that in my mind of understanding that, because I grew up Muslim, and understanding Christianity and walking into Christianity was something that I did as an adult. So I came with my eyes extremely wide open and very like comparative, and I came to understand that there's no one religion to get to the Most High. You can use any guidance system on this soul plane to basically understand your relationship with God. That's what it is. It's an individual relationship. But one thing that I never took to, and I understood, was not an issue, but like a practice that I didn't necessarily believe that we should have been doing, was the communion of the ingesting of the wine and then eating the bread. And I just, symbolism wise, ritualistic wise, there was nothing that anybody could try to explain to me that would make me think that this is something I need to be doing, because that's what it looked like to me. It just looked like drinking blood and it's eating the body. And I just understood. I was like, I'm not doing this. It's not for me. So now reading the chapter and reading it full force and understanding that this is like a desensitization in embracing cannibalism. It's a glorification of cannibalism, and Dr. Frances Cress Welsing having it in this book, detailed in this way. It's just, no one can argue with me at this point. I don't like what Joelle was saying is extremely true, and it is very necessary that you have to give people their own agency and respect that and have nuances. But when it comes to certain practices that, you can be a Christian or interpret Christianity in your own way, which is why there's like 30 different denominations, because that's happened throughout. Everybody has their own forms of practices, but the communion in particular, I think, is something that needs to be like stopped altogether, or embraced and understood that this is a practice of cannibalism and it's not a righteous way to practice your religion. And this has been fed its way in through here. Yeah, so having it written in full form like this was beautiful for me. And I also wanted to add, I learned today that the word ethnic means unholy heathen.
Wow.
What? I need some more context, but can you imagine the word ethnic, where we all have to describe ourselves, who, if you are a person of color, means unholy heathen, which reminds me that we need to really take language and etymology. It's super important, because we are spelling things into our lives and labeling ourselves things that them is messing us up. Yeah, that's
and this religion is too, because even with how you say you don't like communion, if something like that is so etched in, because that's a big part of Christianity, that is a big part of the religion, that is a big part of being Catholic. So for something to be that monumental, and you break down the meanings or potential meanings of what the symbolism can mean, what else are they lying to you about? You know, so it can't be trusted. It just can't be trusted on any levels. I don't care what you try to make it out and cut it up, and well, I'm just going to take the parts of the religion that I like and make it my own. Scratch that. If you are melanated and you are Black, you need to get back to your roots. You need to get back to your ancestors. And all of this religion came from Kemet, came from Egypt, came from the pyramids. This is where they got this information from, in order to twist it up and make all these subpar religions that are now they're using as tools and weapons against you. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna go to church on Sundays, but I'm not gonna take communion. I'm just gonna sing these songs. I don't know what they mean. And come on, no. And this is what she was saying. It's the ones that go undetected, the symbolism that are so persuasive, that it's so undetectable, that you need somebody to kind of like a psychiatrist. This is their job, to let you know this is mentally ill. This is not correct. Somebody has to tell us, and we have to be open enough to believe that this could be a possibility. The universe is infinite, so can't nobody tell me that anything is not possible. Everything in this universe is possible. That is a possibility, and I'm not going to ignore it because of the history, because of what is being done, because of when I look around my environment and what I see